Hey gang, what's good? Welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. As you can see here, we are not in Deerford. I was doing all that stuff that I was saying, you know, updating equipment, and I was just finishing up, going to rest, and you know what? Woke up to the Grieving Mother! So I was like, oh gosh, I better hit record and start this going. Anyway, you feel a presence hovering nearby. When you turn, you see the Grieving Mother observing you. Concern crinkles the corners of her eyes and seeps into your mind. You wear a call of your own, Watcher. I see you, shrouded by old lives and unanswered questions. Can you see any details of my past lives? Yes, I've felt them more and more of late. They are my burdens. I would not wish to share them. Yeah, let's see if she can find out any more about all this. She closes her eyes, and you feel her energy directed inwards at you. She searches your mind, your memories, and parts of you that feel numb and still. She is as gentle as a mother with a newborn. Finally, she retreats. I'm sorry. Whatever secrets your soul hides are not present in your mind. Alright. Let's just say, yeah, I've felt them more and more of late. This is why we journey together, that one may draw strength from many, and that much may be mended by the purpose of one. As she peers at you, her brow seems creased with a new kind of anxiety. Your obscure past. Does it trouble you? Yes, I don't know what's in there, and that troubles me. No, whatever I've done, my decisions now matter more. It seems pointless to give it much thought. I'd rather not talk about it. No, it doesn't bother me that much. Whatever I've done, my decisions now matter more. She nods. I admire your clarity, Watcher, and I hope I may help prepare you for the decisions ahead. Huh. She retreats from you, fading into the background. If you did not already know she was here, you suspect you wouldn't notice her at all. Huh.
Just say the word.
Very mysterious. Anyway, you can see we perked her up. We got her. She's now got 50 focus. When I started out with her, she only had like 10, 11, or even 7. I don't know. But I guess it goes up as her level goes up. Anyway, the cipher. I was reading the mechanics, the cyclopedia, and all that stuff, and looking at their abilities and how they all work. And what they do is they fire away, they attack, and they build up this focus, which is this. Oh.
Well done. When you are.
And they build up this big perp here in the bottom right. Oh, let's see. Yeah, we've already done that. Yeah, we need to just get on out of here. I'll catch you up while we're traveling back to Deerford. Let's see here. Except in Deerford Village. There we go. Wait, what is this? Oh, that's the place that that guy was telling us about. The Silaban Rilag. Okay. Anyway, their focus, as you deal damage in range or melee, they have like this passive that adds additional damage, like 20 or 25% melee or range damage. And that contributes to their focus, which they can then use to cast spells. So it's almost like a sort of leeching vampiric attack. I don't know, like they only get their mana through leeching effects. A distant relative of Aleph has arrived. No. Okay. So a relative wants to get him. You know what? I'll do it. Sure. Why not?
Ready when you are.
I'm feeling generous. Okay, let's see. We still have this building to check. And I swapped around a lot of our equipment, bettered our equipment. I did some enchanting on our chess pieces and all that stuff, got that sorted out. Grieving Mother is using that twin sting crossbow that we picked up. I thought it would be a good idea to have her at range. You know. Let's head on in here and see what's inside. But yeah, I thought range would be a good pick, because, you know, She doesn't seem to have that much in terms of defense, though her debuffs are really something. She's got some really heavy buffs and debuffs that she can use. Oh, shit, that shit is trapped. Alright, let's see, what is this? A ledger lies open on the desk. It lists purchase and sale amounts for various alchemical ingredients and concoctions. Alright. Now that's a backer NPC, and it does count as stealing. Does disarming this trap count against us? It's quick save, and then find out.
That'll do it.
Nope, but looking inside does. Or taking stuff from inside does. We don't want to upset this backer NPC who was just inconspicuously placed there. On patrol. Not really worth it. We have shitloads of money. I sold a lot of our old duplicate equipment off at Cadnua. So now we've got even more money. We're at like 150,000, something like that. Oh, look, yeah, even a bit more. All right. So with that out of the... Oh, yeah, it's nighttime. We should look inside here. Look, it's the middle of the night. Smack dab in the middle, according to this strange clock. Let's sneak in here and see if we can go into their door. If not, if they're awake and walking around, we'll just quick save, and then we'll just bust it open. Maybe we'll see someone inside, and we'll be like, aha! And then what will they do? We've seen it. And then we'll be in the right. Oh man, the place looks really creepy at night, doesn't it? Alright. They only have two lights in their entire house.
Not a problem.
It's a bit disturbing. Let's see. Yeah. Can I? No, I don't. Hey. No, I can't. Oh, I could try and have someone cast one of those stealth scrolls on me, couldn't I? Let's see. Where are those scrolls at? Consumables? Let's see. Which ones are stealthy? This? Rite of Shadows? Yeah. Look at that. Okay. I could also slip on these stealthy boots. That'll do us some good. Let's also see here. Which one of these gives us additional stealth? Yeah, Fellstroke does. Let's make sure we have that equipped. We might be able to just do it with these boots. And Fellstroke out. Let's see, is that good enough? Are we fading from detection?
Just say the word.
No, not quite. Alright. Let's give it to... Let's give it to the Grieving Mother. Why not? She has some weird sort of connection to me. Ooh, yeah, that's, by the way, when we swapped her, sometimes we hear those chimes that we heard about. Look at all these fucking abilities she has, too, by the way. Good lord. Alright, let's see if this works. Here we go. Now, hopefully we aren't affecting that NPC as well with this. Oh well, F it.
My mind.
There we go. Did that work?
It feels sharp as steel.
No? Let's see here. Yeah, stealth still not enough.
Not a problem.
Huh. Alright. Well, shit. What should we do? Should we just reload? I don't want to waste that scroll. We only had one. Yeah, let's reload. I don't want that scroll to go to waste. We'll put back on our better boots as well. We may already have them on. And then we'll just, like I said, we'll just barge in through the door, and if they say anything, we'll reload again. If it's considered a crime or whatever. But the criminal sort of mask, the spooky guy mask, the like Zorro mask, doesn't show up, so it might be okay. It might be part of a quest that we just barge in there. We'll have to see. Too bad maybe we can sneak around the back. Maybe we should check that out first before we go barging through the door when they're standing right there. You know, maybe we can throw a grapple up or something. We never really looked around the back because it is a crumbling tower. Look, we can see it right there in the image. The crumbling tower itself.
Ready when you are.
Yeah, let's go out of here. Let's make sure I got my good boots on. Okay, good. And let's just go out and poke around the back and see if we can't grapple through there and enter through the back way. Because really, who knows? It might be possible. It looks like it would be possible, wouldn't it? That might be a big hint that they gave us that the ruins were all crumbling and stuff.
Just say the word.
Let's see. Anything? Holding down
I'll
tab.
see what I
Maybe we
can
should
find.
be stealth too. We might be able to detect something. Now, it doesn't look like it now, does it? Doesn't look like we can activate it. Nah, that's unfortunate. But it was a good idea, right? Man, thinking on our feet, right? Alright, let's head inside and just barge in. Just fucking barge right through the door. Freaking repercussions be damned. Consequences be damned. All of that. Alright. Let's have the whole party here in case they fight. In case there really is, like, someone trapped back here or, like, either held against their will, maybe being held hostage or
Okay.
something, and they actually
Ready
didn't,
when you
she
are.
didn't escape on her own volition? Ooh, I don't know. Alright, let's pop it open. What are you? Effigy's eyes! Saban, stop him! He raises his axe, rage in his eyes. Uh-oh. We're going to murder these people! Alright, let's see what happens.
Just say the word.
We're committing some murder! Oh dear God. Look, she's up to 69 focus. I don't know how high it can go, but man. It must be able to go pretty high, because this one requires 78. I don't know. Look at her. She's got some weird sort of, like,
My
third
mind
all-seeing...
feels sharp as steel.
Oh yeah, there you go. Her mind feels very sharp. I'm not sure which one I want here. Maybe we steal some of this from this guy? Have her do that? Ooh, she yoinked it. A farmer's plight. Trigild told me the ogre most likely resides... Oh my god, is dead and no longer of any use! Oh my god. We're a fucking murderer. Me specifically. Oh dear god. This is pretty bad. I hope there's some big reveal in here. Look at this. Final Journal of Jonas. My son, tomorrow I become the effigy. Tomorrow I become Skane's embodiment on Eora. Tomorrow my master chokes on his own whip. For months we met by secret conclave to plot our landlord's demise, all the while working the fields as if our hearts were content. Skane teaches us to plot with the mind, while keeping one's face impassive, inscrutable. Fair fights are for those with armies. The quiet slave is our whetstone, our focus. In his worship, our cause finds focus, clarity, and possibility. Tomorrow my master chokes on his own whip. By the time you read this, I will be dead. I pray Skane does not abandon me for speaking of my plotting, but a son deserves to know how his father died, for I have volunteered to be the effigy. Skane will inhabit my body, using this old farmer's simple flesh as a puppet of godly rage. I have been shaved and anointed. Tomorrow morning I will be your father in name only, as my manhood will be removed, my nose and ears removed, and my useless mortal eyes will be replaced with flint stones through which Skane might see the world. My son, I am sorry for the lies I have told you these past few seasons, but Skane demands secrecy. Even your mother knows nothing of my furtive service to the quiet slave. Curse my name if you must, but never weep for me, for I die for the betterment of our community, to smite our Lord's corruption from the face of Eora. Tomorrow my master chokes on his own whip, for tomorrow I become the effigy. What the fuck was going on, dude?
Just
All
say
right,
the
so
word.
we killed his wife, who seems completely innocent. That's pretty bad. That seems like cause for a reload. But let's go down here and see what horrific hell awaits. The thick hide stretched thin upon the rack looks like it came from a Stelgaer. The curing and waterproofing agents slathered over it give off a heavy odor. Man, we, maybe we shouldn't have done this. Oh god, look, it's an underground sort of temple loading screen. Maybe down here it will be like a fucked up shrine to Skane or whatever. I don't know who Skane is, but it seems like bad business. I mean, no matter how much you hate your landlord, you shouldn't resort to, like, becoming the living embodiment of, like,
Ready when you
walking rage or something. It's never a good sign. Let's see, what have we got? Some shrooms? Skein bone. Of course. Oh my god, what is this place? The Deerford Ruins. This place is pretty big. Holy hell. Do we want to go this route? In which we have killed Trigel and his poor wife? I really don't like having killed his wife. And this area is pretty big, like it's a huge dungeon. Right underneath the freaking who's the what's in here. You know what? We're gonna reload. I can't live with myself having killed his innocent wife. Watch it be later down the dungeon you find out that she was also a member of some fucked up cult, and she was plotting to do something similar with a different god, and she was going to become like the living embodiment of a fury, and he was trying to become like a living embodiment of rage. Good lord.
Yeah?
And they both wrote journals to their son. Where even is their son? You gotta wonder. I guess once we follow this quest the proper way, we'll have means to get down there without killing them. Or at least murdering them in cold blood. Well, not necessarily in cold blood, but,
Ready when you are.
illegally trying to sneak into their back room, which had tons of messed up shit going on. Alright, finally, we're going into the inn after that brief stint. Is there anything to do with this well? No. Alright. Let's head on into the Dracogen. I'm sure we'll find all sorts of colorful characters inside. Quite a few people have run off around this town. Too bad we can't ask the Grieving Mother. Actually, maybe we can. Let's see, can we talk to her? Talk to her.
Your mind comes bearing questions, Watcher.
I had questions for you. Let your mind speak for you. I shall listen past the words. You addressed me as a watcher when we met. Do you know what a watcher is? There is a slow chill, and for a moment, it seems as if she's going to fade from your vision, as if she can't bear to be seen.
The title came unbidden. I do not know why I spoke of it. Yet it seemed the right mantle, a familiar one.
Oh, that's weird. Is that like a weird power that ciphers have, or is this like a special situation with her? Yet, I do not know where it came from, if I have given offense. Oddly enough, it feels like she's not speaking to you. It feels like she's speaking to an audience. The air takes on a curious edge, a chill which persists for a sharp moment, then fades into a dull fear. If I have given offense, forgive me. Forgive me. You would know more than I. Have you encountered Watchers before? Why are you afraid? Yeah, have you encountered Watchers before? I do not know. It is an old feeling. I do not know where it stems from. It was a word that arose when you saw me. It is said Watchers see much that others do not, and I have been hidden from the eyes of others for some time. Let me ask you about something else. How is it that no one can see you?
Their eyes see me, but their minds will not remember past the call.
Huh. Now, yeah, what is a call? What is that exactly?
My face is like the call of a newborn, hiding the face beneath. And for my body, I am able to wrap myself as a mother cradling her child. I am here, as you see me, but to them, their eyes see only the cloak that I wear, a peasant mother, dirty, shabby, not worth knowing.
Oh, so a call must be like her shawl, right? Her sort of outfit, which we have changed immensely. She looks completely different now. She no longer is wearing it. Oh my god, I've just looked it up on my phone. A call is an amniotic membrane enclosing a fetus. Oh, or definition 2, a woman's close-fitting indoor headdress or hairnet. That's actually pretty clever. It has double meaning here, right? Given the motherly sort of meaning behind her, behind the entire character.
As a watcher, you see more than others. To the eyes of most, I am as unseen as the spirits you share memories with.
How are you able to affect minds? I divert the flow of their senses down a different path, to a place easily forgotten. It is not unwelcome when one does not desire the presence of others. The surface of their minds register a figure, but the memory slips away. They see a woman, but there is no desire for conversation, no desire for any questions, and I have none to ask. I wonder if she has some sort of insight on Andra, given this, sort of forgetfulness focus. I want to discuss something different. When we first met, how was I able to enter your dream?
I do not know. What do you speak of? If you were in my thoughts, I could not feel your presence, nor do I know what you saw there.
Ooh. As she speaks, you suddenly feel an odd sensation in your mind, as if walking in her thoughts would be as if walking down a back street of merchant stalls. The claustrophobia of wooden shelves and canvas tarps made less oppressive by the sheer number of enticing vials and bottles that stretch out to the sides of you. You suddenly realize that, whether she permits it or not, you could enter her dream and observe it without her ever knowing. And in response, your hand twitches. There is the feeling that you could simply pick up a vial, taste it, sample it, and keep the memory as your own. And suddenly, you find yourself back in your present thoughts. Though you were away for but a moment, she seems unaware of your diversion of thought. It may be one of your gifts, an ability to walk in memories as easily as someone walks upon the ground. I wanted to see your memories again. May I try again? Perhaps you'd like to hear of what I saw in your memories. Yeah, perhaps you'd like to hear. A mixture of curiosity and fear wells up between you. She raises her left hand. The chiming at her wrists quell the rise within her. She is frightened, but curiosity anchors her.
And what did you see in my memories? I would hear you speak of them.
The dream, the memory I saw upon meeting you, it was you, helping give birth to a child. There is silence, and as your breath falls still, you hear the faint cry of a child in the distance. A newborn child, almost exactly like what you heard in the dream. As you listen, the grieving mother raises both her hands, as if weaving, her wrists chiming as she does so, in a semblance of the gentle turning she provided while the newborn was crowning. To your surprise, you recognize the motions and the words from the memory, even as they are new to you. As she weaves her hands through the air in front of her, the child's cries grow still. Yet the sound of the chimes weaves almost hypnotically into your thoughts. The sky seems sharp and clear, and you feel as if you are towering over your surroundings, as if kneeling atop a great pillar, just as she did in the memory. To your surprise, the grieving mother falls as if her strings were cut, and her knees crack hard against the ground. Her hands never cease moving in the air, the chimes echoing her movements. In a ragged voice, you hear her speak. The voice is that of a much older woman than the one before you, harsh, almost desperate.
Tell me what you saw. Show me what you saw. Where were you?
Her eyes, now terribly sharp and real, are filmed with white, silver white, like Audra. A mountain ledge, I think? It was high up. Snow, I think? A huge forest stretching out beneath a great rock? We were in the middle of a clear forest with a strong wind tearing through it. I think it was a huge forest, wasn't it? And the great rock was the plateau? Gosh, I wonder what would happen if we were a cipher. Anyway, a huge forest? As she kneels before you on the ground, she whispers to you, hoarsely and even fainter with the distance between you.
The stone of the plateau. Its color. Tell me its color.
Oh, shit. It was desert rock, copper-colored arch by blasted by the sun. It was silver Audra, its surface warmed by the sun. I don't remember. I did not... It may have been Audra. Yeah, its surface was warmed by the sun. I remember that much. Let's go with silver Audra. What's the worst that could happen here? As you watch, her hands rise before her. She clasps them, then cups them, as if feeling them for the first time, and she stares down into the cradle of her hands, and the chimes sound once more, or once, twice, as they swing with the movement.
And what did these hands hold?
The same chimes you hold now. They held a mother while she gave birth, painfully. I'm not sure. There was a child you were bringing forth, and your hands... I don't recall. She had chimes, but they weren't in her hands. They were around her wrist. She wasn't holding the mother, was she? She was like holding the head of the kid as it was coming out of her womb, as she was giving birth. The mother was. Let's say I'm not sure. There was a child you were bringing forth, and your hands, I don't recall. There is a sudden intake of breath, and then a release. Her eyes blur closed, forming into slits. But in the brief glimpse you have of her changing expression, the rippling pain in her features seems to have smoothed. She swallows, once, twice, and then you feel her once again in your thoughts, the rasping husk of her voice swallowed and drawn within her.
It was the birthing bell you saw. Has it been so long? Have I forgotten so much?
Why is she so quiet? I've increased the voice volume so high. Maybe this counts as like an effect? We'll have to try to bump up effect and then talk to her again. Has it been so long? Yeah, have I forgotten? Okay. With the words comes a river of impulses, thoughts, as if loosed from a breaking dam. And as your mind wraps the impulses into words, you realize it is her. You realize it is her muscles and her heart and thoughts relaxing and breathing again. There is such an intensity you almost want to step back from the flow, but you find the wave of impulses cause questions to float to the surface. Among them is a name, Watcher. What is the birthing bell? Never mind, I had other questions. It's no matter. What is the birthing bell?
It is a plateau formed of the spirit stone Audra. At its top is set a great bell, cradled in the reaching arm of the plateau. It stirs in the wind, and it sounds for leagues when struck by kith hands. In distant times, the great bell served as a Glanfathan watchtower, perhaps. Why they abandoned it, I do not know. Other men came in time, settlers, and claimed the tower as their own. I, in turn, claimed it from them. The pillar became a cradle where I could draw new souls into the world.
In your memory, were you helping a woman give birth? Where is the birthing bell located? I want to discuss something different. Let's continue. Okay. Were you helping a woman give birth?
Yes. Yet, I believe you only saw a small part of the birthing ritual. It is not all in a moment, nor in a day. It is a journey of many years between the child, the mother, and I.
No. There was much I could do to aid the mother. Some sought the physical comforts of ritual to steady their thoughts, even Audra from the bell. Others would seek advice, words of counsel for the days ahead. I was able to provide draughts, tinctures, and a reading of the child's spirit, all to strengthen the mother. That sounds very familiar to what that lady way, way back in the very first town wanted. And we went to the beach, and the wise woman down there didn't really have much for her. Can you tell me about the birthing ritual? A telling of the child's spirit? I have other questions about the birthing bell. This seems really relevant to the main plot of the story. I feel like we should probably keep her around with us for a while. Or maybe forever, I don't know. Can you tell me about the birthing ritual?
The ritual was one of many steps. It took many tens of years to carve them, but always the child's thoughts were there to guide me from the moment it began to awaken, to the 3 seasons within the mother, to the birthing day, and the years to follow. The child's thoughts, that is where it began. The expectant mother, I could often sense her thoughts, and those of her child, before she could. I would soothe her, free her from the panic of questions. I would sound the memory of the birthing bell atop the plateau in her mind, letting the memory of the vibrations fill my thoughts and hers. Often, the child's soul could hear it too, so the sound of the bell echoed in the mother's thoughts.
You sensed the mother's thoughts? Sharing memories and thoughts can bond lives together, as can hardships, and most of all, the sharing of what is familiar. The bell itself provided shelter for such thoughts, opportunities to see deep into the crevice, hollows in the rock where one could find shelter, clefts where you could feel the Adra all around you. As she speaks, you feel your legs bent, crossed, and the warmth of walls around you, and blankets woven thick beneath you. Wow, it's almost like the act of being born itself, Jeez. Like you're in the fetal position almost, and the warmth of walls around you, like the cavity there, for lack of a better word. Such shared images can bond souls even tighter, and allow them to draw strength from each other. You mentioned the... Let's see, let's continue our journey for now, and we'll try and adjust the volume. Let's see. Like I'm saying, it might be effects, actually. Her voice lines might be considered effects. So let's turn that up to about 55, and let's turn this down. Let's save there.
Yeah? I'm just too good. It's a curse.
Fuck me. Alright, now let's talk to her again and see if it changed any.
Your mind comes bearing questions, Watcher.
No, not quite. Let's turn this all the way fucking up.
Your mind comes bearing questions, Watcher.
No, she's just really quiet. Okay. Let's see. Now let's turn effects pretty far down. We don't need them high at all. Let's try music, maybe? Maybe it counts as music? I mean, that doesn't make much sense, does it?
Your thoughts must flow deep. Your mind comes bearing questions.
Nope, she's even lower. Okay. Let's just do it like this. Let's have effects be about right there. I hate to do this on camera, but you know what? I cannot hardly fucking hear her. Let's turn this way up. And then let's see, game, can we actually turn off our party callouts, like when we swap characters and all that? Personality, no. Qualifier, no. No, I suppose we can't. Like the character callouts, I was wondering. Alright.
Your mind comes bearing questions, Watcher.
Yeah, it sounds like I've hardly changed... Like, I can't even control her volume. Anyway. Let's go through with the rest of this. Let's see. I heard the name Watcher in your thoughts when you remembered the birthing bell. Why?
It is because I once believed I was one, and others believed I was one.
Oh, but she wasn't. She was just a cipher. Huh. I guess I could see how people could get that mixed up. There is a slow chill and for a moment, it seems as if she is going to fade from your vision, as if she can't bear to be seen. Why did you believe you were a Watcher? There is another name for someone with your abilities. Yeah, a cipher. I see the word cipher in your mind, and see its meaning. Although I did not train in such things, and the title feels more of a cloak the world casts on me and judges me for. It is curious how a title such as that can define one, and at times be the source of such emotion that comes from no one, but the voices of others. It is a curse of the world. Why did you believe you were a watcher? I mean, that seems obvious. The world has many corners, and in some corners the name Watcher is more known. It is an easier title than others, and at times it is easier to wear. Placing a title upon what is unknown can dispel the fear of it, and I did not fight it. I even believed it true. Though I knew little of the ways of watchers, it even granted me strength. I was able to see the thoughts of others, shape them, and help guide souls. Watcher seemed enough, and the name seemed to matter little in the light of one's acts. That's fair. Do you know anything about Watchers? I feel that they were once marked, hated. Such hate feels dimmed now. I can feel it. Other hatreds have risen for other titles. But they burned bright in the past. Now hates have shifted focus, and they may fall on the same again, either you or me. Huh. All right. Something else? More about you?
And I you. In asking, we reveal ourselves to each other.
Oh no, let's ask about something different. Well, look, a great
I
out. I don't want to forget about
in
that.
Asking,
why are
we
you
reveal
called the
ourselves
Grieving
to each
Mother?
other.
The air seems to go still for a moment, and time stretches as it did before when the two of you first met. There is a wash of uncertainty from her mind, slowly shaping into questions that swirl and do not coalesce. She does not move. She seems paralyzed, as if you have just wrapped her in a cold blanket.
That is a question for you, not I. That is not my name, although if you wish to hang the title on me, I cannot stop you. Is that what you see when your eyes fall upon me?
Huh. So she doesn't have a name. Yeah. So I named you? As a watcher, you may see what I do not. Or your mind shapes the thoughts I project into a new meaning. Is she even a human? She might be like some sort of celestial being. There is truth in that title, but it is not all I am. So what do you grieve, then? You must have felt it, seen it. It has as many names as the pain it has caused. As the words take shape, they seem to tumble from her, and the wave is great, rushing into your mind. To your surprise, you feel as if you've been touched by the Beowick again, and behind it, cutting through the torrent like a knife, are the thoughts of the grieving mother. There is a wound cut across the belly of the world, a jagged knife that has stripped the stems from men and carved furrows across the wombs of women. Wow! There is much I have forgotten, but I can feel the wound all around me. It will not let me rest, not let me be. The children have gone silent, yet their voices may be heard again. Are you speaking of the Hollowborn? The word. There is a slowness of thoughts, as if the word is being weighed, accepted. It doesn't feel natural to her. You can sense it. Was once unknown to me, as was much of what unfolded in the outside world. When the curse came upon us, I thought it a smaller thing, a thing of communities and hearths. Her thoughts seemed to stumble as if on weak legs. It was only when I walked did I feel it stretching out around me in all the cracks of the world. Children have been cursed. I do not think it was something they caused, nor something deserved. That which is inside them has been torn away. I do not know how, but this wound must be stitched closed. The world bleeds forth from between a woman's legs. If this blood is not stemmed, the world will die and grow quiet. Holy shit! She seems to know a lot, or I don't know, she seems very important to the main sort of legacy whole Hollowborn situation going on. Do you know its cause? There is a desperation, a welling fear. You can almost feel her thoughts shivering, and you realize she is as lost as you are on the matter, and then a sudden, sharp clarity. I shall know it through you. Your eyes will track the cause, find the path, and I will be beside you. There is no wound that cannot be healed, and if you are truly a watcher, then this wound may be seen for what it is. You saw me where I hid. Whoever's hands have stilled the world, you shall see them too. Oh, shit. And if there's no way to heal it, what then? What if sealing the wound causes more damage? Yeah, let's ask her. I will be there, and you will do what must be done. You were given your sight so that you may watch the world, and you will tend it. The children shall have their voice again. If your will is weak, then I shall strengthen it. Lean upon me. You feel a weight in her words, as if her hands are on your shoulders. You feel the questions in your mind lose their edge and become merely words, as I lean upon you. You shall be my eyes, as I shall be your hands when the time comes. Oh my god! She makes it seem like we have some sort of intertwined destiny. I feel like I can't have her out of the party at this point. What do you think of Deerwood and the Empire? Those titles are markings on a map. Channel people's minds in violent directions. Such things are a threadbare blanket cast over the world, where men and women seek more importance than simply being. How do you see the world, then? The world is a field of souls, tilled by Barath's wheel. The thought of cultures and territories do not concern me. The sowing and harvest of the field does. Barath's wheel has slowed, perhaps stopped altogether. Whatever words, titles, laws, and blades not devoted to carving away the harm or healing that wound holds little importance for me. There's something else I would know about you. Actually, that's it. Or discuss some. Oh, can you tell me about the birthing bell?
The birthing bell.
There we go.
It is where I could draw new souls into the world. I recall some of the memory of it through what you have seen, but not all.
Why would you give a telling of a child's spirit?
Many would come seeking their child's future, or a reading into the child's past, the lives its soul is said to have lived.
There is a slow chill, and for a moment it seems as if she is going to fade from your vision, as if she can't bear to be seen, and there is a spike of fear, alarm.
Such things are not mine to see. I meant no offense.
Oddly enough, it feels like she's not speaking to you. Oh yeah, we've seen this before. You're frightened. Something about watchers? I didn't know you had the ability to read souls. You're frightened. Something about watchers. As the thought of watchers crosses your mind, you feel a sharp pain, stabbing, and the sudden burst of lashes across your back and shoulder. And then it is gone, and you feel the grieving mother before you, silent, almost fearful, wary.
I was something else, but because the title Watcher was cast on me, the word carried a weight I had neither earned nor deserved. The world seems filled with such titles. They distract, I think, from the actions of the person, from their strengths.
Right. That's fair. But if they came to you to read their child's souls, what did you tell them?
I drew upon the present. I felt the soul of the mother before me and used that to tell the child's path, to give it a voice. If only the thoughts of the mother and the emotions that lie beneath were mine to impart. I did, and so I used that as the telling of their child's future.
What if it turned out to be untrue? And what if the mother's emotions were painful, hurtful?
One must guard oneself when drawing upon the thoughts of another. The pain of a mother's rage and disdain. It can be a powerful poison.
So you shaped their thoughts and made their readings true? You sound like you speak from experience. Ooh, let's go into more of herself. You sound like you speak from experience.
Yes, and I live with that weakness still. I have learned to shield myself from such edged thoughts, strip them away, and to tell a clearer picture of the child.
Let's see if we can get her to extrapolate. I don't understand.
This is my calling, to show them the life I see before them, and even greater, make them believe it.
That is not what a watcher does. We do not shape minds. We see them as they are. So you twisted the mother's feelings for their children? Why would you do such a thing? Yeah, let's ask her why she would do it.
Even the most strongly worded tells may not be enough to save a child and allow it to be born. If I have the strength to strip away the stem of a mother's spite to expose kindness, weave nurturing from disdain and neglect, then that is my calling. And with the weight of watcher behind my thoughts, these tells gain strength. Strength I never possessed on my own. They believed, and what they believed became the truth. With each child that was set upon that path, the title of watcher became stronger.
I'm not sure how I feel about some of this.
You must understand, without such weight upon my words, many lives would have been lost, drowned, cast in the lake beyond the bell. Now the trail to the lake is lost and reclaimed by the forest, as was meant. A watcher was not there to look over us, but it was a watcher that saved them, and with a watcher's strength, children were born, were cared for, and grew strong.
I mean, I'm really into this first answer here. To inflict your will on another, that is not a reading. That is control. I'm into that. Let's see what she says.
What use is a frightened will when a spirit is at stake? Would you let the fears of a mother end her newborn's life? You felt it in the memory, the weight of it, the importance of the child's life. It was a memory we shared.
Man, this is pretty fucking intense. Did we share that memory, or did you inflict it on me? That memory, it's not the truth, is it? Let's be less confrontational and more inquisitive. That memory, it's not the truth, is it? And suddenly, there is a rasping cry across your consciousness. She raises her hands, and you see the chimes draped from them. Yet they make no sound as she moves.
A greater good was done, and children were saved. It is a choice you may be forced to make one day, and when faced with it, you will make the same one.
Yes, I am certain I will. I refuse to exercise that kind of control over others, even for a greater good. When that happens, I'll be making my own choice. Yeah, I think I refuse to exercise that kind of control over others, even for a greater good. That's, there's a quote from, The Witcher 3, I think it is. One of the, like, the loading screen quotes or something, somewhere in there. It's, if that's what it takes to save this world, then perhaps this world doesn't deserve to be saved. Something like that. I always loved that. And you know what? I'm going with number 2 here.
This choice is not yours to make, Watcher. You will do as the world needs, as its children need. It is greater than you and your twist of sight.
Ooh, man. We don't quite get along with her now, do we? I have other questions about the birthing bell. Where is the birthing bell located? The birthing bell lies deep in the great forests of the Deerwood, at the borders of Glanfathen lands. Surrounding it, barely a town, not one you would find on any map, but it held an important place for those there, even if we were far from the beaten track. Small families tied like a knot, joined at the wrists in mind and thought. All were welcomed, all had purpose. Okay, something different.
The birthing bell.
Alright, yeah.
It is
Let's continue the journey for now.
Ready when you are.
Dream and memory. What did this update? The Grieving Mother was a midwife at the birthing bell. The memory involved a place known as the birthing bell. It was clearly of great significance to the Grieving Mother. Perhaps she can tell me something of what happened there and why it is important to her. The Grieving Mother was a midwife at the birthing bell, and she used to read the souls of unborn children. However, she admitted that such readings were often fabricated based on what the expectant mother wanted to hear. She clearly thought she was doing these women and their children a service, but she wasn't inclined to discuss the matter further at this moment. Perhaps she'll open up more as our journeys continue. Holy shit! I'm really into this character. There's a lot of, moral questions going on here about whether or not what she did was a good thing and using her power for what she deems as good, but I don't know. Is it good? Is it what the people signed up? I don't know, man. It's a lot of deep shit going on. Well, man, I was going to say that we were going to check out this inn, but you know what? We spent a lot of time just talking to her. Well, I guess we did also spend quite a bit outside in the mill figuring out some weird stuff going on there. Nonetheless, I suppose when next we come back, we will finally be able to check out the Dracagen, which I'm sure will take quite a while, because look at this place. It is humongous, and there's a bunch of people worth talking. Well, I mean, here it's all just generic villagers, but there's Sid, and I'm sure there'll be a bunch of colorful characters here and upstairs. Once we're done with there, we'll head on out and check out more of these areas. Probably the Cleaban Relage, or whatever. Till next time, peace.